What's going on, guys? Welcome into the Bleacher Report. I'll be your host for today's video, Patrick Siepmans. On today's show, we're going to be discussing the possibility of the Bulls trading for DeAndre Ayton. There's a Bleacher Report article that dropped, and it had the Bulls in a little bit of a blockbuster trade, trading for the Suns Center. I got some thoughts on that. I'm not the biggest fan of DeAndre Ayton, but we'll be diving into all that and more. But guys, first, we are closing in on 1,000 subs here at the channel. First off, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far. Thanks for kind of being a part of this journey because we are a new channel here at Chat Sports. It's pretty cool. We're about to hit 1,000 subs. So if you guys haven't already, go down there, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free. And let's keep kicking the Heat Now channel's ass. I want to hit 1,000 before they do. So lock us in. Subscribe right now. So this was the trade idea that Bleacher Report put out there. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. Yes, we are getting DeAndre Ayton. I do think he is a solid 3-4 option on a championship team, but we would have to give up Vooch, and this would be in a sign-and trade. I'll preface that because obviously Vooch is a free agent. Then you're also going to have to give up Patrick Williams as well. I'm still a big fan of Patrick Williams. Giving up a young piece like that, I'm not the biggest fan of. So first off, just know, I don't want the Bulls to complete this trade. If this was a trade that I got in my notification, I saw, oh, wow, the Bulls are trading for DeAndre Ayton, but we're giving up Vooch and Patrick Williams. I'm just not the biggest fan of that. I mean, honestly, Ayton, he's a pretty interesting, player in the NBA because look at his stats. If you look at this right here, you're like, oh, DeAndre Ayton is probably a top 10, if not a bare minimum top 15 center in the NBA. I mean, 18 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, and just under 2 assists. Not really the best rim protector at that position, but he shoots a really high percentage from the field. But the thing is with DeAndre Ayton is he can fill up the stat sheet. But it's what he does in kind of those dirty minutes, those dirty plays. He doesn't really do the little things too well. And honestly, at the center position, I kind of want a dog at the center position. I don't think DeAndre Ayton really has that dog in him. And it's kind of my same problem with Vooch. I honestly think Vooch, similar. I mean, he's almost putting up 18 and 10, averaging a double-double, and they can both fill the stat sheet. But the thing is with Vooch, it's the dog. Does Vooch have that extra edge? And especially in playoff basketball, I feel like that's so important. It's whoever is the most alpha team, whoever is a team that is imposing their will on the other team. And I just don't really think Vooch or Ayton at that center position really get it done. I mean, Vooch, 17 points a game, 11 rebounds a game. He's actually a pretty good passer at the 5 spot. Again, shoots a really solid percentage from the field. Honestly, 35% from 3 for a stretch 5 in the modern day NBA. It's honestly pretty solid, but it's those little things. It's the intangibles with Vooch. And that's why I'm just really not a big fan of DeAndre Ayton either. Like I was saying, it's the little things with Ayton. How many times in the past playoffs where he was so bad and just so disengaged on the defensive side of the floor where Monty Williams literally had to pull him from the game. I just don't want the Bulls to be stuck in a situation where, yes, DeAndre Ayton, he's a great talent. He moves very well for a big in the NBA. He's got great feet. He can switch out on the guards decently well, but he's not the best rim protector, and he just really doesn't have that fire in him where I'm like, DeAndre Ayton, he's going to go give me a 20 and 20 game. I just don't really think he has that in him. I just don't really think in the big moments, like in a game 5 where the series is 2-2, I just don't really think DeAndre Ayton gets it done. So again, this was the trade that they offered. I'll be giving him my thoughts on this, especially this guy down here, Patrick Williams, because giving up him for even just Ayton straight up, I probably wouldn't do it, but I'll toss it your guys' way. Let me know what you guys would do. If this trade, you're the Bulls GM and they offered this trade to you in a little sign and trade for Vooch, would you do it? Obviously, Ayton's the younger prospect in comparison to Nikola Vucevic, but you are giving up Patrick Williams. Let me know. Give me an A for accept or give me a P for pass down in the comment section. Curious to see what you guys got to say. But I want to focus in on Patrick Williams here because I do think some Bulls fans pretty split down the middle. Some fans still want to kind of be patient with him and see if he can develop. And the other fans are kind of like, you know what? We've seen 3 years of this. He just really hasn't came into his own. This past season, averaging just over 10 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, and just over an assist per game. The thing that stands out to me right here is the shooting splits. 46.4% from the field, and that 3-point percentage skyrocketed this past year. He's almost shooting 42%. I still believe in P-Dub. The 4th overall pick out of Florida State, I still fully believe in him into developing into maybe not an all-star that we hoped, but I think he could be a star and a really just solid role player on a championship team. In the modern day NBA, these 3-and-D guys, they're the ones that get it done. They're the ones that push the needle, especially in the NBA playoffs. Because a guy like Patrick Williams, he can legitimately guard 1 through 4. And the main reason why I still believe in Patrick Williams, you look at this past year on this Bulls roster. If you're talking about like in the hierarchy of who's getting shots, he probably found himself 5th or 6th on that list on most nights. Obviously, LaVine was getting his shots up. DeRozan was getting his shots up. Vooch was getting his shots up. And then even guys like Kobe White, Caruso, like those guys would kind of be higher up in the pecking order of the shot kind of taking list for the Chicago Bulls. That's why I still believe in Patrick Williams, because of the splits. Like, he still shot 42% from 3 this past year. I'm still a big fan of him. That's why I'm just not really too big of a fan of this trade. Yes, you are getting a young center in DeAndre Ayton, who I think he's okay. He's going to put up good numbers. And if he would come to Chicago, I guarantee you he would probably average 22 and 12. But it's really like, are those empty calorie stats with DeAndre Ayton? Is he really like impacting the game with that 22 and 12? I just don't really think so. And giving up a guy like Patrick Williams there, I don't know, man. I just would be against this trade. Like, obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of Vooch either, so moving off him, I would be a fan of. Like, maybe if the Suns threw in a first-round pick, well, actually, right as I said, they don't have any first-round picks. They give them all up to get Kevin Durant. I am absolutely out on this trade. I still believe in Patrick Williams. I want to see what he can develop into with the Chicago Bulls. If you guys made it to the end of today's video, thank you guys so much for watching. Go down there and give me a C red in the comment section. This is my favorite part when I'm going down in the comment section at the end of each day. I see the real ones that type C red in the comment section. We'll see you guys next time. Go Bulls.